Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. This morning I'm going to document Bud Break 2021. I have a stiff breeze at my back, so hopefully I can get this filmed without that interrupting. This right here is a total mess. I don't know why I did that. I'm going to have to get in here. I'll have to come in here in a couple days. It's going to rain tonight and tomorrow, and then I'm going to go on a mushroom hunt the day after that. But I'll have to do this as well. I'm going to have to get in here like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buds going right there. What I wanted to do is pick the ones that are going at the nicest angle, and then the rest I can just rub off. But with 2 days of rain, you'll be surprised. These things may be 4 or 5 inches long in 2 days. Yeah, this one's kind of a mess too. That bud's going to end up going, as will that one. On this one, I'm going to want this one, and probably this one. That one can go right away. The problem with doing this early is if we have a windstorm, once the shoots get, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches, they act like a sail and they catch the wind and they're super fragile, just like you seen me rub that off. I'll come down here after a wind and find a whole bunch of shoots. So if I thin it out to 3 shoots, then I could get stuck with way less shoots than I want. Yeah, pretty interesting. This is a replacement cordon right here, and it's doing really well. This will end up being the cordon right here, I believe. And I will end up pulling it down, and the shoot that grows out of the end there will be trained onto the wire. Man, I just love this time of year. All the birds are out chirping, making their nests. Every year we get at least 1 nest in the vineyard. Last year we had 3, and 2 of them abandoned the nest right away because I'm always in here. But 1 had their little babies. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't like the 2 pointing upwards, but like this one may come out and I can train it down if that's all I have. But we have a bud right here, a basil bud, and a bud right there as well. Each one of these buds actually has 3 buds contained within it. A primary, a secondary, and a tertiary. If frost comes along and kills the primary, the secondary will take over, and if a frost kills that, the tertiary will take over. The difference between them is beyond the primary, the secondary is a good deal less fruitful, and the tertiary is not very fruitful at all. Yeah, this looks really nice here. This will definitely have to go. That'll end up growing straight up. Same with this. That's a good one right there. So are these 2. I should just take those off right away. Save myself a little heartache later on. Yeah, after the rain, I'll have to come through here, thin them out like that, and then I'll have to do the spray right after that. I don't know if I'll be able to do it the same day, but it'll either be later that day or the next day. The early sprays are by far the most important. Yeah, I like the way this is going down with the 3 buds on it. Take that top one off. Oh, this has 4 buds. I'll come in here and prune that off right there. This first row right here has some fairly sickly vines once you get to this point. You can see all the replacements and stuff. I believe that's because we had walnut trees growing here originally, and walnut puts out juglone. Juglone is a poison that inhibits the growth of other plants near it, and that can remain in the soil for, I forget what it is now. It's a good long time, but we removed them trees, oh, what was it, 6, maybe 7 years ago. So I don't think that's going to be influencing the vines anymore. Hopefully not. Yeah, this arm is looking really nice. I'll likely be getting rid of this, all these upward facing ones, and then the main spurs will be this, and probably this. These two, not real good choices there, but it's going to be every other one. This will end up being the renewal spur right here, and I'll cut this part off at some point. All right, let's get back into one of the other rows there. Looking good. Did I mention I love this time of year? Listen to all those birds. Nice tiny little breeze, sunshine, and the vines are all budding out. I looked at my email this morning, and I'm in the Wisconsin Grape Growers Association, and there was just tons of emails saying we have bud break. That's what made me come down here. The last time I was down here, the buds were swelled. There's a bunch of different stages to the growth of grapes. Bud swell is one of them, but bud break is like this, when you have actual leaves opening up. So, like any other plant, you have bud swell and bud break all at the same time. But as soon as the first bud breaks in your vineyard, that's considered bud break. Like this one has no bud break whatsoever, but it doesn't matter. We have bud break right there. Yeah, this one doesn't have any either. Nor does this one. Ah, it does. Right there, and right there, and up here. And those will have to go. Definitely don't want that. Yeah, I don't want all the extra work this year of battling the stuff that wants to grow up. It's just way too hard to get nets on this stuff. Oh, that looks beautiful. This is a replacement vine. I believe it's about 3 years old. Unfortunately, oh, there's my replacement. This right here, I'll train that up along the other trunk, and then I'll have to remove one of these cordons at some point and have that come up and onto the wire. You want your trunks to originate as close to the ground as possible. That way, if one of them dies, you still get half of your fruit. The winters are really cold around here, and that's how you make up for it. Yeah, see, this one's much lower. And with this type of grape, if one comes up out of the ground, I can use that because these are self-rooted. Most wine grapes have a grafted root, and if something comes up out of the ground, you cannot use that as a vine because it's going to be a different variety. But this is self-rooted, so no matter where it comes from, I can use it. Somebody had mentioned about the flaky bark, that they didn't have any on their vine. I'm not sure, maybe it's a different variety, but pretty much every variety of grape that I've ever grown has had bark like this, where it's real flaky. What it does is the trunk, or any part of the vine really, it swells and gets bigger every year, and what it does is splits off the old bark and makes new bark. the next year. And you want to get as much of that off as possible because it's a real easy hiding place for spores and bugs and all the nasty stuff you're trying to get rid of. Yeah, look at the bud on there. This younger growth like this is always ahead of the big old, like the arms like this, the cordons. Beautiful. Okay, I believe that this broke the first bud probably 2 days ago. So right around the beginning of May, just to keep that on record for future years. Yeah, all is looking well. And I've been looking at the ground as well. I need to get in here and spray the weeds again. They'll get out of hand super quick once it starts raining. And as the shoots come down and go past the wire, if you got weeds coming up at the same time, it becomes really hard to take care of that stuff at that point. It's real easy to spritz these little weeds right now, but once they become monsters, I've already had to come in here with a trimmer, which is not a real good idea, but you got to do what you got to do. All right. Okay, that's about it. Just wanted to show you what's going on in the vineyard, and I'm going to try to do that at the different stages, at the different main stages. There's a whole bunch of them, and I'll explain that in a different video. I have a chart that shows all the different stages, Veraison and all the other ones, and I'll try to show the grapes at all the different stages. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.